first. It's been less of a theme here so far. Hawaii committing it on that occasion. Let's take a look at this sweet release from Stephanie Maui. 4 from 5 from the field, 13 points for the game. She's put Japan on her back and got them out to a lead. The field, 13 points.
And while she's played solidly the first 2 games, we haven't seen this from her in the first 2 games.
Taking control. Bourne gets her first minutes, can't glide in for the points. Akuzo gets fouled on the putback. She's had some really nice moments, Tina Akuzo.
Well, really important moments where she's been a real presence inside at both ends of the court, especially defensively.
So Australia elects to put Soa back on the floor and Bibi will take a rest. So Tina Akuzo at the line. 6 points for the game now for her. Alongside the 5 rebounds. She's been really active. Second one falls short. Australia get the ball back, although the refs want to check. They're going to correct it. It's going to be a white ball, Japan ball. Well, the replay. Close, very close.
Well, the referees confer, and if one has a better angle than the other, then they can make that call or overrule, as was the case in this instance.
Takashi gets it to Tanaka. Miyazawa on the move. Has a look herself, and why not? 44 plays 38, 2.5 minutes left in the opening half. Reed goes herself, knocks it down. Steph Reed is stood tall for this team.
Well, she just drives in. She has a look around for everybody else to see who she can pass it to, and when there is nobody and she's open, she's nailed a couple of those mid-range jump shots.
Miyazawa now wants some movement. Again, it's Reed ending up defending the taller player. Tokashi left alone, and she knocks it down!
Japan just have an answer for everything at the moment. The Opals have to hold their nerve.
Bourne kicks it back out. It's cut off by Tanaka. Tokashi, Miyazawa, corner. Finds a way through. 9-point lead for Japan now. A minute 27 left in the second. A timeout call on the floor. Japan are feeling it. A great dish from Miyazawa, and then Kono. Beautiful step through to the basket. And then Tokashi. Lights out from long range from Ramu Tokashi. And Japan open up a 9-point buffer over Australia. Let's head into the timeout.
Once we get it over, we're going to dive C, look for the high note. If not, get out. As you come back, cut to the backside. So look at high-low. If not, dribble hard out to get the backdoor layup.
Giving his team some instructions about the zone when Japan play the zone and what they want to look at doing. And I feel like if you hear from the sidelines, they're showing a zone, and then all of a sudden you can hear the coach, Corey Gaines, going, go, go. Yeah. And then they switch into their one-on-one defense.
Minute 27 left. And Australia cut back the 9-point deficit and finish off the opening half on a high note. There it is again from Corey Gaines. The go, 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 go. Woods. Couldn't find a way through it again. Japan come up with the stop. Tanaka gets it back from Takashi. Corner. Takashi finds Tanaka once again, goes baseline. Mauli. Woods right there with her this time.
Wow.
But still, she finds a way through.
She is so impressive in this game. The athleticism that she showed there and the control of her body was amazing.
As you can see, just 1 point in the first. She has exploded in this second for 14 points. She's been the difference. That's better than Australia. Board gets it through.
So they need a nice basket like that, a settling basket.
The noise from the Japanese bench is immense at the moment. 2 second difference between shot clock and game clock to round out the half here for Japan. They lead 51 to 42. Tanaka, corner. Miyazawa was wide open. They turn it over. And let it foul. Committed by corner. 1 second to go. Corey Gaines having a nice word to her. Such an encouraging coach. So Woods to inbound it here for Australia. A second left. It's got to be a catch and shoot. Reed thought she was fouled on the receiving. But it's been all Japan in this second term. And at halftime, they open up a lead. Japan 51, Australia 42. Well, what a quarter from the Akatsuki 5. A massive performance led by Stephanie Mauli. You'll see the shooting here. They've already hit 9 threes, 9 from 2-point range as well. Australia really struggling from long range, and it showed in this second term.
Well, I feel like Japan's had such a good mixture of shooting the 3 ball and also penetrating, getting their feet and getting to the foul line. So they've done a great job of mixing that up. And it's something that I'm sure Australia will talk about. But we look at the top scores there. Mauli, 15 points, leads all teams with that number. And I think Takada and Tokoshiki, 6 points each. And for Australia, Fowler with 9 points.
So that's how the top scorers sit. It was all Stephanie Mauli, and we'll see that in the best players from the second quarter as well. She had 1 point in the first term and then exploded for 14 in the second, but she had lots of company. Tono loaded up to start the tone and set the tone for the second term with that 3-point shot. Australia did what they could. They tried to find inside shots, but Japan were too strong in this second term. They flexed their muscles. Outscored Australia 29 to 16, Laurie.
Well, and there we see the player on the screen, Mauli, with her 15 points, and she was pumped, and so she should be. And outside, inside, spinning around. She is just really motivated in this game. We haven't seen that necessarily in the first 2 games, but it's good to see. And certainly in the second half of that second quarter, Japan's momentum just kept going and going. So it's something that the Australian team are going to have to address at halftime, just to get their mojo back and get some better defensive stops, focus on their defense. 51 points for halftime for Japan is a massive amount.
Don't go anywhere. Will Japan continue their winning ways, Australia, or can the Opals bounce back?
Jesus puts it up. Japan escape once again. Her first points of the Asia Cup. What's the gets it over time, beats the buzzer. It's all Australia once again. Here is Shenzhen. Take advantage, gets it to Anima, denied by Mawuli. Olays with the ranging arm, swats it away. It's still in dispute. The bad wins free. She's gonna put it up. Absolute highlight. The coach, the bench was saying, put it up, but that she didn't. Gets it to McGoldrick. Kicks it to Shearer. Under 6 seconds left, and it is Shearer. Oh my goodness. We knew this was going to be a close one. Half too soon. Clock ticks down to 3. She finds the 1 and 3. Unbelievable! Wow!
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own countries, but also in the international basketball world.
Welcome back to Shenzhen, where it's Japan leading Australia by 9 points at half-time in an Asia Cup grudge match. Laurie, the top scorer for Australia is Alex Fowler with 9 points. She's had 11 points in each of her first 2 games of the tournament and is already up to 9 tonight. Well, she's done a great job of reading what the defense is giving her, and you can see there a good high-low action. She finished strongly. She's had a couple of 3-point shots, and you know she's an athlete. She's strong, but I really like what she's doing out there. She just needs to continue that and bring a few teammates along with her.
Good finish there from Alex Fowler. Right, she needs some teammates to come with her. Well, we've talked about this Japan top scorer before the break. It is Stephanie Mawuli with 15 points. Only 1 point in the first quarter, and then burst out of the blocks for 14 second quarter points. She was unstoppable, Laurie.
Well, she did it so many different ways. She had a couple of, went to the free throw line, shot a 3, but it was her explosiveness off the dribble that really made a difference.
Absolutely, she was fantastic. A huge range of shots in this game. We mentioned we wanted a bit more aggression for her after she came out with 5 points against Lebanon and then 6 points against the Philippines. Today, she has shown what she is made of. 5 from 6 from the field as well, so she's barely missed. And the Australian defenders have just had such a hard time stopping her.
Well, and she just looks like she's so focused out there. She's come out with I don't know if it's a point to prove or just maybe she's taken a backward step. The other games, other players have stepped up in the different games, and so maybe she's gone, it's my turn, I need to do this. But she has been very, very impressive in that first half.
So halftime here in Shenzhen, Japan 51 leading Australia 42. Of course, coming up next is China hosting Korea here in the Shenzhen Sports Arena. We're expecting a big crowd here for that game as well. It's been a great atmosphere here in the opening half. Japan, it's been all them so far after the second term. They took over the game, 29 points to 16, thanks largely to the work of Stephanie Mauli. They look like the Japan we know and love. They're shooting the threes, but they're also getting more inside looks than they usually do. Usually they're such a reliant team beyond the perimeter, but going inside, they've looked great, and it's been hard for Australia to stop them.
Well, what I like about them right now is that they're playing a really fast-paced game, but they're playing that with efficient pace, so they're not overdoing things. They've taken care of the ball relatively well, still only 6 turnovers, so their spacing has been really good. But I think one of the keys as well is the zone that they're showing, and then on their coach's instruction when he yells go, go, and into man-to-man, is just causing the Australian team a little bit of difficulty. And I'm sure they will have talked about that at halftime, and maybe Japan will change their strategy. Who knows? That's all what the coaches are there for. But they've been really efficient in what they've done, Japan. Really good spacing of the court.
Mauli with the 15 points, Tokashi and Tanaka and Hoshi each have 6 as well. Everyone in Japan uniform has contributed tonight. Everyone's played on the floor, and as a result, they lead by 9 points at halftime. But we switch our attention to Australia now. They kept up with Japan at the start of the game. You can see Fowler leading the way with 9 points. Akuzo's been strong with the 5 rebounds, and Reed's already dished off 5 assists. So there's definitely positive for the Opals, Laurie.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's a whole half to go. And as we've known from Japan in the last 2 games, they can get a lead and then almost lose a bit of focus and let a team come right back into it. I'm not sure that'll happen this game, but certainly that's something they'll need to work with, and Australia will know that. But they have to do their own thing. They're a strong team. They're ranked number 2 in the world for a reason. Steph Reed looks really good with the ball in her hands, just her decision making, her creating for others when they're not open. She can take that herself. Boards by Akuzo we talked about. So, they just have to stick to what they're doing. They want to play a running style game too. They play a lot of 5-out, sort of positionless basketball, and they want to continue to grow with that sort of game style. But defensively, as I mentioned, 51 points is a large amount for a team to score.
Yeah, exactly right. Paul Goris mentioned how good they have been defensively to start this tournament. That's where it all starts for them, isn't it?
Well, it does. If you can come up with a good stop, be really proactive on defense. I mean, it's tough against the Japanese team because they have been spacing the floor well. They have been moving well. They've been moving well at pace. But it's just something, you know, these teams have that sort of style that you've got to be ready for it, and it does start at the defensive end. They get a couple of stops, they can play their running style and put the pressure back on Japan.
Corey Gaines in the last game, he said he took a bit of responsibility because against the Philippines, they obviously got out to that handy lead, and then the Philippines, they came back and closed the game, and then Japan only won in the end by 3 points. He said he took a bit of responsibility for leaving the bench players out there. We were sort of questioning in the game why he hadn't brought potentially the starters like Takada, who was having a really good game out there. So I wonder if he's learned from that sort of mistake and if he uses his bench a bit differently.
Well, we've seen both teams use their benches fairly, liberally in the course of this game so far. And I think as the game gets closer and closer to the end, then you'll see who, the coaches really want out on the floor in crunch time. And, there's a lot of different players for each team that could be. Who's playing well at the time? What do they need? Do they need defense? Do they need offense? So it'll be interesting, very, very highly interesting and exciting second half coming up.
Absolutely. 9 points separate these two teams at the moment. In the 2023 Asia Cup, it was Japan getting the win against Australia by 25 points. So Australia will want to get revenge for that. Japan have had a good record against Australia in Asia Cup battles. This really is a rivalry to savour. And it's all to play for right now. Of course, as we mentioned at the start, not just a win, but a potential top place finish in the group, Laurie.
Well, that's just so important when you go into the crossovers and into the semifinals and who you're going to meet in that. So to finish top, as we said, is likely means that you will not meet China potentially in the semifinals and may not meet them until the finals if you continue along the right path.
Scan the QR code to get the courtside 1891 app, where you can watch live streams, extended highlights, and stay up to date with the world of international basketball. Big second half coming up between Australia and Japan. The second-ranked Australia up against the 9th-ranked Japan. Corey Gaines just addressing his players for one final time before they go out and contend with this Opals lineup, who has had an excellent tournament so far. 2 70-plus point wins over Lebanon and the Philippines. Japan, they only beat those two teams by single digits.
It'll be interesting to see what sort of adjustments the coaching staff from Australia have made for this half.
Welcome back to Shenzhen in China for the second half between Japan and Australia. Japan 51 leading Australia 42. Blitzers can't get the putback. Julia Montesano and Laurie Chiswick joining you in commentary. It's been a fast, frenetic pace game right from the start. It looks like it's continuing to be the theme here. Sarah Blitzers at the line. Australia need to capitalise on their free throws if this game continues in the theme that it has been. Super close. Takada's third foul. She remains out there. Blitzers coming off 11 points and 7 rebounds against Lebanon to go along with 3 assists. Tanaka gets cut off. Blitzers was on Mawuli's heels. She gets it back. And more free throws to come for Sarah Blitzers.
You could just see Steph Reed. Well, first of all, it was a great steal by Sarah back on the defensive end. But once she got it into Steph Reed's hands, you could just see her waiting to see what the defense, make them commit before she passed that ball into Blitzers.
So you can see the intent of the Australian team coming out of the timeout, going hard at the basket. This time, both free throws go down to Sarah Blitzers. 51 plays 45. Tanaka now for Japan. Hoshi. Miyazawa. Takada found some space.
Oh, it wasn't far enough out. She wasn't behind the three-point line.
I know. Borlase. Here's the running game from Australia. Too hot for Borlase. Opportunity goes begging. Here's Hoshi. You know what she could do from long range? Kicks it to Mawuli with the hot hand at the moment. Rolling on Fowler. George another rebound. Blitzers with eyes up ahead. Gets it back to her captain, and then Reed. Already the 5 assists for this game. Oh, beautiful dish to Fowler. She can't finish it off. She gets her own rebound. Now she needs some help to get the ball out of her hands. Jump ball call, Japan ball.
It was a great slice through the key by Fowler. She just couldn't finish it.
So Japan ball. Just free throws so far in this term. From Sarah Blitzers. Mauli. Here's Takada. And now Tanaka. Beautiful roll in.
Start off and you see Steph Reed get beaten.
Takada takes her tally up to 8. Tanaka gets her tally up to 8, sorry. It'll be an Australia ball. Japan will bring some size in off the bench. Ramu Tokashi replaces the captain, Maki Takada. Here's George, speaking of size. Finds Fowler, back to Reed. Orlays on the move. Offensive foul. So Kayla George commits the foul. The screen there on Tanaka. Tanaka's been controlling the point super well for Japan. George cuts it off.
Good read by Kayla George. She knew that Takashi was going to try and catch it in that elbow area to start off their offensive set.
Paul Gorris and his assistant Cheryl Chambers on screen there. Wonder what they've got in store. Takashi finds Tanaka. Gets swatted away from her, and Australia come up with a stop. It's what we mentioned, Laurie, in the halftime break. Starts with the defensive mindedness for Australia.
Certainly does, and they've had active hands there. Lots of talk.
Reed's been excellent. 6 points and 6 assists. Who does she find this time? Borlays. Gets around the defense, then wants a bit of help. Goes up herself. It goes through hands and ends up with Kayla George. And then blitzers. Good hustle there by the Opals. George. Proud as she received it.
All I can say is that was chaotic in there. It's like volleyball. And that pass to Kayla George, she had her eyes up on the target. Really good look.
So Kayla George at the line. Minami Yabu comes back into the game. Just the 1 point for her so far. George knocks down the first free throw. She's just signed with a new team back in Australia, the Southside Flyers, who are based in Melbourne. Tanaka. Miyazawa. Swatted away by Fowler. 53 plays 47. Yabu from the baseline. Goes all the way back to Tanaka. Driving hard. Woods comes up with the rebound. Reed, eyes up ahead as you'd expect. Gets it back from Woods. George gets it back. Again, it goes through hands. It ends up being an Australia ball.
A little pick and pop from Kayla George there, wide open on that shot. Wasn't able to connect, but a good shot to take. See her heading to the bench now, and Akuzo coming in to replace her.
I think that's a nice sub. Akuzo's shown some good signs in her minutes. 6 points and 5 rebounds. Good aggression to add to the Australia lineup. Reed steps in, knocks that one down.
I think that's the third shot she's taken and made from that exact spot.
They close the margin inch by inch. Both teams shooting really evenly from 2-point range. 53% for Japan, 48% for Australia. Overall, Japan with the better clip from the field. Yabu, she's been lights out from long range. Not that time though.
Great block up by Alex Fowler.
Akuzo finds Reed. Driving in this time, Steph Reed. Just falls short. She's been leading this team by example. Steph Reed. Mauli. Holding foul in the background there.
Takashi did a good job of recognizing that she had Courtney Woods on her back and backed her down in there and held her position really strongly. Woods just had no option other than to foul her.
So subs on for both teams. Abby Ellis and Maya Kawai come onto the floor. Yabu. That's what she does best.
She came off of those two screens on that out of bounds play, ready to catch and let it fly so quickly.
Woods, can she respond? Goes out of bounds. Australia get another opportunity. 5 minutes 13 remaining in the third term.
Watch this basket, the Yabu, she just catches it in rhythm. Little bank shot.
Ellis to blitz subs. Controls it well. And then Japan met her right at the basket. And off they go again. Mauli. Miyazawa, Kawai. So patient with it, Maya Kawai. And Australia come up with a stop. Just too hot for Minami Yabu. Good. Ended up being a block there from Tokashi. She's got such length under the rim. Fowler wide open, goes inboard to Akuzo, shows and goes and breaks it home. Cuts the margin to 5. Off Kawhi's leg, but a foul call before for Alice. Point guards of both teams so super strong. Ellis and Reed for the Opals and Kawhi and Tanaka for Japan. Here is Kawhi driving, dishing, but Ellis cut it off. Great active hands from Abby Ellis.
Good anticipation of where that next pass was going to.
Good opportunity here for Australia. Oh no, Mauli with hands just as active. Has 2 Australia players ahead of her, so has to stop. Kawhi, open space. Yabu tips the rebound back to Kawhi. Good desperation there from Japan. Takashi kicks it back out. The hot hand of Stephanie Mauli. It misses.
Australia were let off the hook there with a couple of good shots, some good looks from Japan.
Woods now. Finds Fowler in open space. Alice Fowler. Cruzo couldn't hold on to the rebound. Japan up and running again. Kawhi, good step there on Ellis. Tokashi in the face of Akuzo. It fell short. Not often do you see a shot on that short from Japan.
You have to say that the scoring has really dried up this quarter for both of the teams.
9 points to 5 in favor of Australia at the moment. Meanwhile, Japan just came off a 29 to 16 second quarter, so you're right, very different. Australia haven't landed a 3 this quarter. Corner takes the rebound. Just assesses her options. Kuribayashi rolls. It gets slotted away once again, Alice. At the top to Akuzo. Scoops it to Woods. 5-point margin between the 2 teams. Akuzo fouled on the catch. It's been a game of inches. Every player is wearing each other like a glove. Isabel Ward comes on to replace Alex Fowler. Mauli comes off for Japan, replaced by Okoye. Satina Akuzo heads to the line for 2. Third foul for Miyazawa. 8 points and 5 rebounds for Akuzo.
With 2.5 minutes to go, and Japan in the bonus now. That's something Australia will want to look at, see if they can attack and get themselves to the foul line.
4-point margin now. 2.5 minutes left in the third. Tina continues to cut it down. What does Cornell do here to respond? Backs out, finds Toto. Goes baseline. Cornell for 3. Lights it up!
Toto did a good job of keeping her dribble alive, assessing the situation until she found Kona wide open.
Akuzo looking for some support. Goes herself, Akuzo. And again, she fires the free throw line.
Good result for Akuzo. Put it to the floor, knowing that they're in the bonus situation. Any foul, send her to the line.
Sweet shot here from Norika Kono. She's been super impressive this tournament. 4 points against Lebanon, then 9 points against the Philippines. Today she's up to 5 points and 5 rebounds. Kuzo makes the first one.
This was up to 11 points and 5 rebounds. She's playing a really significant role in her 13 minutes.
Chloe Boogie back out there for Australia. Corner, what does she do here? Guarded by Reed. Shot clock down in single digits, still with Norika Corner. Now Toto finds a way inward. Great defense from the Australians, left her nowhere to go. Kuzo brings the ball down. Reed. Steph Reed steps up. It's a 1-point ball game. A minute left in the third. What a game this has turned out to be. We knew it would deliver. Okoye fading away. Kuzo again, clutch on the boards. A chance for Australia to regain the lead with a minute left in the third. Reed has been immense. Finds board wide open. Isabel Ward. Just was out. Corner now. Can give Japan some breathing space. A hustle for the rebound. It's going to be an Australian ball. A great stint from Satina Akuzo. She comes off for a rest. She dishes it off to Steph Reed there. And they hit their first 3 of the quarter. It comes with 1 minute to go. A big moment for Steph Reed to step up. Here she goes again. Finds Bourne. And a foul, so a chance to go to the line for Australia. Toribayashi tangling up with George. That's her third foul.
That early foul trouble for Japan has caused them to probably move their rotations around a little bit, but 2, Australia have done a good job of taking advantage of that and get themselves to the foul line this last couple of minutes where they're shooting at 84%.
All tied up here in Shenzhen. They're going to look for the last shot of the third quarter. Can they regain the lead here, Australia? Reed dishes it off to Bourne. Has to get the shot up. There was no call. Shot clock violation. 5.3 seconds remaining. Advantage Japan now. Refs will just make absolute sure. Let's go in to hear what they're saying.
We're going to review for the shot for the main court. Okay, we shot exactly for the shot cut. Explain. Yeah. After explain, I need to. Okay. Yes. One more. One more. Yes. Normal speed. Normal speed. Yes. Let's go. No need. Keep go. Yes. Keep go. Okay, get ready. Stop. One more. Okay. No. One more thing. Okay, 7 seconds. 69, 6.9. Okay, after review, shot main court 6.9. Okay, game clock return to 6.9 seconds. 6.9 seconds. Hi, yes. 6.9. Yes, good. Substitution.
Great access from the referees. Australia makes a sub. Ellis replacing Bibby. 6.9 seconds now remaining for Japan to regain their lead. And they go with speed. Toto puts a shot up. It falls short. We are all tied up in Shenzhen for this massive game between Japan and Australia. What a finish we have coming up. Don't go anywhere. End of the third quarter, Japan 59, Australia 59. Well, the scoring certainly dried up a little bit, Laurie, but it was so entertaining, continued to be back and forth. Australia got the momentum back. They're still struggling in the three-point column, but the ones they have hit have been big. Oh, well, that was a great quarter, even though it was a low-scoring quarter. It was a great quarter for Australia to come up with some really crucial stops, stop the flow of scoring for Japan and pick some things up themselves. And I really like the composure of the Australian team. You know, they weren't in panic mode at all, being down by 9 points. And as we talked, I think the first 3 or 4 minutes was just free throws that were shot to anybody's score. So a good job by Australia to stay in touch and tie this ball game up. They went on a 17-8 scoring run in that third term after Japan outscored them 29 points to 16. And that's what good teams do. It's why they're the second-ranked team in the world for a reason. And it's why Japan are ranked 9th. It's been a good battle, and I think it will be a great finish, Laurie. Oh, well, I mean, anything could happen in this fourth quarter. Japan's shooting dried up a little bit in that in that third quarter, but no doubt they'll be going and looking to have a run. I don't think they'll fade away like they have in other games. I think we'll see it right down to the wire. I like the starting five that Corey Gaines has got on the floor for Japan. Takada, we didn't see her much towards the end of the game last night against the Philippines. She's out there leading her team. Mauli had the hot hand in the second term and got the momentum going. And Australia, well, they've gone with a strong, solid starting five as well. A tall one too. Reed, Woods, Blitzars, George and Bourne facing corner. Tanaka, Takada, Mauli and Tokashiki. Fourth period coming up. It's going to be a massive finish here in Shenzhen. 59 points apiece. Steph Reed goes in straight away and gets the score. Australia back in front.
confident she can do that. She used her arm, but she just controls her body so well, Steph Reed.
Mauli found as she went through.
And we didn't really see much of Mauli in that after having played such a crucial role in the first half. She rather went quiet there in the third quarter, so it's good to see that she has stepped up and started the fourth quarter with a strong drive to the basket.
She has 15 points for the game. She's 5 from 8 from the field, 4 from 5 from the line. She makes the first one. Great atmosphere of the stadium. It all came to a hush.
It did.
The crowd riding every moment. Reed to Bourne. Blitzar shows and goes. Still with Sarah Blitzar. That's a strong move. 8 points for Sarah Blitzar. Tanaka, Reed wearing it like a glove. What a battle that has been. Kono finds Mauli once again. Shot clock down to 3. Does she realize that she goes in for it now? It's a violation.
That's a really good stop for the Australian team. Their defense was really tight. Steph Reed, she just stayed absolutely connected.
It's so great to see her earn her opportunity at this level. Steps through, gets taken off her though. Kono, Mauli, Takada, and now Tanaka. Getting on the move. Mauli, Takashi back to Mauli. Goes in. Took a dive. It's going to be a Japan ball after Izzy Bourne steps on the line for the rebound. Paul Goris waiting with anticipation on the sideline. Tanaka found a way through. Woods claimed the rebound. Reed. 13 points and 6 assists for Steph Reed. Blitz off to George. Off the foot. Tense time to be a coach of a national team, especially in a game like this. Paul Goris and Corey Gaines thinking about what comes next. Blitzer, excellent move!
Really quick shot by Sarah Blitzovs.
Back-to-back baskets for Sarah Blitzovs. Tanaka, quick speed. Shot was too hot, and now Reed can showcase her speed. Blitzovs has got the hot hand at the moment. It falls short again. Tanaka, corner, wide open. It falls back to her. And Japan can reset. Tanaka to Takada. Bourne buries it in her hands. Every rebound, every shot, everything so crucial in this game. Reed now. Fouled. So hard to control her when she's coming at you with so much speed like that.
Well, and the thing about Reed is that she has a change of pace. She has great change of direction. She's got elite court vision. So she is difficult to defend.
So Mauli and Woods come off the floor. Yabu and Fowler enter the game. George wide open.
Fowler, good hustle to keep with it, straight off the bench. Board gets the pass away somehow. That was athletic. Back to Reed. Shot clock down to 3. Steph Reed. One way, then the other goes in. Couldn't get the finish. Tanaka trying to get through all the green singlets. Finds a lane and finds the bottom of the net. What a battle it is between the 2 point guards, Tanaka and Steph Reed. Here they are again, 1-on-1. 2 point ball game. George. Fowler collected it. Blitzarms. She's had a really good start to the 4th. Turn around. Not the jumper she required. Tanaka trying to get around Kayla George. Reed with the active hands. Has no one ahead of her. Has to slow it down. Board. Miyazawa fouls George. And I believe that might be her 4th. So Borlase and Akuzo come on for Australia, and Toto replaces Kono.
And yes,
for Japan.
it is her 4th foul.
Japan haven't had to contend with foul trouble too much in this series. They've kept her out there for now, and Kawai is going to give Tanaka a much needed rest. Tanaka with the 10 points for the game. Akuzo was a solid presence out there for Australia. 12 points and 6 rebounds. She's back on the floor at the moment. Board finds a way through. Again, the shot just falls short. Australia are getting really good looks, just not finding the bottom of the net. Takada gets it to Kawhi. And an uncharacteristic error gives Australia the ball back.
And that's her 5th foul.
They elected to keep her on. She fouled Reed. And now we don't get to see Miyazawa for the rest of the game. She finishes with 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. 5 minutes left in this game.
This game has certainly lived up to all the expectations that it had.
2 points in it. Who will come up with the crucial win to go undefeated in the group? Borlase puts the ball to the floor, up to the hoop.
What a great finish by Izzy Borlase.
Takada thought about the 3, so too did Kawhi. Back to her captain, they share it around. Can they find a way through? Stepping back to Kuzo, beats it all. Borlase to Fowler, gets it back to Borlase. A dish to Fowler. She loses it. They get the ball back.
Really good cut by Fowler. Strong. Just got the best of Takashi.
Reed from the baseline. Akuzo has had a massive game. Fowler, back to Reed. Here's Borlase, one of the young guns of the Australian team. 1 second left, Woods has to shoot! Woods, clutch!
So clutch, that shot left her hand. As soon as it did, the shot clock went off.
4 minutes left, Australia all of a sudden out to a 7-point lead. Japan, they've unfortunately faded out in their first 2 games. They've still managed to hold on and win. What can they do here against the Opals? 2nd round in the world. They've got to shoot at Kawhi. She can't respond. Shot clock violation. All the momentum with Australia.
Well, there's some second guessing going on right now, Japan. They just feel that scoreboard pressure that the Opals have just come at them.
Courtney Woods finds the bottom of the net.
The bench gets right around her. What a finish coming up here in this game. 3 minutes 40 left, 70 plays 63. Second-ranked team in the world versus a 9th-ranked team, and it was an offensive foul from Australia. A big opportunity for Japan here to get some momentum back their way. It was their second quarter that opens up a nice lead for them to the tune of 9 points at halftime. Scores level at three-quarter time, and now Australia have the upper hand.
And I don't feel like it's that Japan has dropped their focus at all. I just think that the Australian team have really stepped up both defensively and their shot decisions.
A good stop there. Excellent defense on the baseline. Can Australia extend their biggest lead of the game? Corey Gay's as vocal as ever on the sidelines. We've been hearing him say, go, go, go throughout the game. There it is again. Borlays finds Fowler. This time a 7-0 run for the Australian team. They've scored 13 points in this fourth quarter. What can Japan do to respond here? Takashi wants to find Tanaka. Again, the shot clock down in single figures. Mauli. She might have to put up a quick shot here. Goes all the way in. That's better from Mauli.
There just wasn't a lot of movement from the Japan team that we've seen throughout this whole game. They were very stagnant.
Reed to Fowler to Borlays. She runs into the mind of Takashi and she's feeling the hit. Can Japan get back-to-back buckets here? Toto for three. All air. So Japan call a timeout. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in this game. It has lived up to the hype, Laurie.
Oh my goodness, it absolutely has. At both ends of the court, the Australian team have really picked up their defense in the second half, and especially even in this last quarter. They've caused a few shot clock violations, and Japan just have nowhere to move right now. I'm sure this timeout is about what he wants to do, because they're probably going to need some three-point shots, especially Australia have the ball. 7 points, so yes, you're going to have to, I mean, they're a three-point shooting team, but they really need to be able to have more movement. I thought they were really flat-footed and stagnant that last time, so I'm sure that's what the coach is talking about.
13-6 run in the fourth term for Australia. They have really come out and responded. I wonder what Paul Goris is saying to his troops at his timeout.
Well, he'd be talking about really specific things defensively. You know, we want to make sure that I think they've really shut down the Japanese options and want to reinforce that rebounds. One and done, nothing. And then when they do get the ball, play their trademark. If they can still run the floor for 2 minutes, and if they have nothing, then just pull it back and execute. The ball is so safe in Steph Reed's hands.
2 minutes and 7 seconds left. Who will go top of the group and remain undefeated? Go straight through to the semi-finals. Reed. She's controlling it well, as you mentioned, Laurie. Akuzo. Shot clock ticking down. Akuzo jumps it up. Gets the point back as well. Akuzo and Reed stepping up when it matters. What are four Australian players in double digits. Here goes Tanaka. Not this time.
That's it now. Australia want to use the clock. The shot clock is their friend.
Reed knows that. She's so calm with the ball in her hand. Blitzer had an excellent start to the fourth term. And now Steph Reed goes. She uses her speed and gets another basket
to go. Steph Reed has just been outstanding. Offensive foul, everything going Australia's way. Sarah Blitzov steps up, put her body on the line. She knew that Mawuli wasn't going to pass that ball, that she was going to go straight to the basket.
It ends up being an Australia ball from the baseline. 56 seconds left. They lead this one 76-65. Miyazawa with the 5 fouls. She can only watch on. Reed, 15 points, 8 assists for this game. She was staying in budget accommodation in Sydney in the 2023 Asia Cup. She's leading her team to victory. Sarah Blitzov converts the three. 13 points for Blitzovs. Tanaka fighting Tokashi as she was found as she went up. Japan are fighting right until the end.
Well, what a mighty effort from the Australian Opals to come back from a 9-point deficit at halftime, creep their way back in at three-quarter time where it was all tied up, and then now have this lead, this massive lead.
So Rabu Tokashi at the line, 6 points and 2 rebounds for her in this game. It'll be interesting to see how Japan reassesses their tournament so far. A 4-point win over Lebanon on night 1, a 3-point win over the Philippines on night 2. It's going to be an Australia ball after that free throw.
But you have to say it's a much better showing from Japan
Absolutely.
in today's game compared to those other 2 games, and I give them full credit for that, and they needed to. They needed to come out and play this way.
So Australia, they had to fight hard for this one. Can Courtney Woods finish it off? Akuzo falls into the hands of Blitzovs. Mauli picks up the scraps. Puts up the Hail Mary. It's no good. Australia get one up over Japan here in Shenzhen. Final score, Australia 79, Japan 67. Recent history hasn't gone their way against Japan, but they get a big win to get a step closer to another Asia Cup podium finish. And who knows, maybe this year is the year they go all the way. Undefeated in the group now, Laurie. A big win for Australia. We knew what this meant. They had to fight back from a Japan run in the second term, and they've done it.
Well, that would be the goal all along. You don't want to think too far ahead, but the goal is to finish top of your pool. They've done that. They know they're straight into the semifinals. They won't know who their opposition is. They know they get an extra day off. They have the bye tomorrow. They've got then Thursday and then another day off. In fact, they've got the 3 days off. Perhaps that'll give Allie Wilson enough time to recover and get back on the court. But what an exceptional job by the Opals today. A really great team effort. They look like they're enjoying their basketball.
That's the most important thing. And Japan, commiserations to them. It was a much improved performance today. They've struggled all tournament. They have got 2 wins to come away with. They're going to go into the semi-finals, backing themselves in to try and make amends. So here's how the stats sit at the end of the game. It was great shooting from both teams in the end. Australia improved their 3-point shooting by the end of the game. And the stats show just how close it was, Laurie.
Yeah, they do. And you see that both, especially Australia, took care of the ball. 12 turnovers is a great result. They out-rebounded the Japanese team, and I thought they were really made a concerted effort to go after the boards and get some second chance opportunities. Just even right at the end of the game where Akuzo, as it went in, the buzzer went and she got the rebound and put it back in.
Well, we see her here getting the TCL Player of the Game award to Tina Akuzo. 14 points, 4 from 6 from the field, 8 rebounds and 3 assists. She really stepped up when she was needed in this game. Well, the fourth quarter best players will show that Australia just took over 20 points to 8 to overrun Japan in the end, Laurie.
Well, and there were various players. I thought Sarah Blitzov played a big, major role. We can see her, that pull-up jump shot there. She was really focused. But to me, the player still in that fourth quarter that really was the court general in step 3. The ball looked safe in her hands, whether she was scoring, whether she was distributing it, and the tempo that she played at was still so impressive. And then at the other end, the way she was guarding Tanaka, they were just going toe to toe. It was really fun to watch.
There's the putback at the end you were talking about from Akuzo. And this is what it means to Australia. Finishing undefeated on top of their group. They get a few days rest now to go ahead and recover. It means if the results go as they are tonight, they might avoid China in the semi-finals. And here's how it finishes, Lauren.
Yep, there we go. Number 1. Japan 2, Philippines 3, Lebanon 4. We know that Philippines and Lebanon still have a really important game to play to determine who's going to end up in 4th spot and have to go into the relegation game.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was a thrilling game. Australia get the win, 79-67. Coming up next, China up against Korea in Shenzhen.